Here I have one of my favorite hardware synths of all time in the form of a software VST, which is the Juno-6. Arturia just recently released the V Collection 8 and also Analog Lab 5, and with that update we get the Jun-6V. This is a direct emulation of the Juno-6. There are a handful of them out there. I'm going to do a video where I compare all of them, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already. But just like with the other Arturia plugins that I've gone over, you'll see right here on the main screen we have 4 macro knobs again. Same 4 as before: brightness, timbre, time, and movement. This is your cutoff filter, your resonance, your amp envelope, and modulation. Arturia's Jun-6V is using the new analog modeling engine that they used for the OBX and also the Jupiter 8 update and the Stage 73 update. I'll link the videos to the Stage 73 and Jupiter 8 videos that I did before. You could check out those videos down in the description. But let's move to the opposite end of the Juno and you'll see voice calibration. So we can adjust the state of this Juno. If you know anything about hardware synths, they tend to wear out over time. So this is exactly what that's replicating. Right now it's on good. Switch it to average and poor. Now, something that you might be hearing going left and right, you might be hearing the noise from the chorus effect. So if I turn this effect off, you get no chorus noise, but you probably want that chorus without the noise. And that's what this setting is, this chorus noise. So we can have chorus and turn off the noise, and it'll still have the chorus. Versus off. The chorus in the Juno is one of the most famous choruses of all time. So here it is with it off. Let's go to chorus 1. Get a little bit more movement. Chorus 2. Chorus 2, you get even more movement, and then you can combine these with a 1+2 and they will modulate each other. This chorus, in combination with things like the unison here, will definitely get you a much bigger sound. So let's actually increase this unison all the way up to 6. And you can hear we get a lot more voices there. If for some reason you don't see this unison option, it's because it's not turned on. So if you turn it off, it disappears. When you turn it back on, it reappears. Right next to that setting, you'll see the detune, which will directly affect the unison. So right now we're pretty detuned. If we tune it back, we'll get more of a mono signal or more of a signal right down the middle. Still has 6 voices, but it's all straight down the middle for you. Now when you add in the chorus, you get a much more dramatic effect. All of a sudden just adds a little extra dimension to it. Here's chorus 2. As you add more chorus, you might want to decrease the detuning there. And then 1+2. I definitely want to mention that I have an 8-core computer with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I am struggling a little bit with the unison voices on 6 with the chorus engaged. Hopefully that does get optimized a little bit more here in the future. I know that they're using new technology with this, but hopefully that gets ironed out in the future. But just like with all of Arturia's emulations, they add extra features. So if you click on the advanced settings, that's where you'll get your delay, reverb, an extra LFO, and an extra envelope, along with these modulations that you can assign. So you have your mod wheel that you can assign to all these parameters. Same thing with the velocity. So you could use your velocity to open or close different envelopes, affect delay times, reverbs, and same deal with aftertouch. If you have a keyboard like this Arturia Keylab MK2, which does have aftertouch, you could assign that to any of these options as well. and that'll just allow much more dynamic playing. But let's go ahead and listen to some of these presets. So let's go into the preset browser here. I'm going to arrange this by type, and let's just start with some classic synth keys. Let's try mellow drops. You can hear that chorus noise come right back in. Polaroid showers. And again, we have the macro knobs right here available for us. Classic synth pad, 80s pulse width modulation pad. Yeah, in terms of instant analog feel, 80s vibes, the Juno just delivers every single time. And let's do one more lo-fi keys. The one gripe that I have about Arturia plugins in general, and including this Jun-6V, is the legato setting. The fact that there isn't one. So all we have is portamento. So if I increase this portamento, it glides no matter what. And for me personally, I find that absolutely useless. Like, I barely ever use just portamento by itself. I need actual legato where when you overlap two notes, that's when it glides. That way you have the option of playing like this, and then you can glide whenever you actually want to. And again, that applies to all of Arturia's synths. I have no idea why they leave out legato in all of their synths, except for Pigments 2. So here I have Pigments 2. If I go to the keyboard settings, you'll see glide has an option where it says always. Turn that off. Turn up your glide time. Not only do you get legato, but you also get this in poly mode as well, which is definitely something that I really want, because that way you could play multiple notes and glide all of those notes if you'd like. And on the fly, you don't have to. So yeah, I want these exact play settings in every single Arturia synth. That would be amazing. I would love you guys forever for that. Again, stay tuned for my future video where I compare multiple Juno synth emulations here in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.